Hey everybody. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about tong making. You know, I get asked all the time, how can I improve my tong making? What can I do? And the best thing you can do to help with your tong making and in any aspect of blacksmithing is to practice. So I'm going to show you an easy way to practice your tong making that you can do out in the shop. Heck, you can even do it sitting at the kitchen table. Forging the working end on a pair of tongs is a three-step process. Okay, and the best way to practice that is by using some non-hardening modeling clay. This happens to be Easy Shape. You can get this at Jo-Ann Fabrics. You can find it online. I've tried using regular modeling clay, but that stuff gets this hard. This stuff stays soft for a long time. If it gets a little stiff on you, you can put it in some hot water. That'll soften it up. So you want to take your brick out of the box and take the wrapper off and roll it, put it on the table or your anvil and roll it so that you can get it about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, because that'll be the stock size that you should practice with. 3/4 is a good size for practicing with. Okay, and when you're making tongs, when you get out in your forge and you're actually making tongs, a good bit of advice is to do both sides of your tongs at the same time, each process. Because there's 3 steps in making these tongs, and we're going to start by forging the jaw. Okay? So again, you want to do these in pairs. Do each pair in stages. So let's go over to the anvil here and show you how we're going to do this. When I'm making tongs, I look for a spot on my anvil that's got a nice radius to it. I don't want it too sharp and I don't want too big of a radius. I'm looking for something that's got about 1/8 of an inch radius on there. And then you want to draw a line on your anvil or your practice board that's about 1.5 inches from the edge. Okay? So now you can take your clay and line this up on the edge, or line this up with your line, and you're going to drop your material down just a little bit. Then you can grab your hammer, and what you want to avoid when you're making tongs is getting up here and giving rapid blows. So what I want to do is hit it once, make sure that it's indexed, and now I can lift my material back up so it's laying flat on the anvil and hit it again. Okay, and now I can make sure I've got it indexed, and I can use a 1/2 blow here where my hammer head is half on and half off. I can hit there and I can work towards the end of my material. Now your material is going to spread out and get wider, so you're going to need to turn it up on edge and hammer it back. Now things you want to be looking for when you're doing this is your thickness right here. If we're using 3/4 inch thick material, you want to keep this part about 3/8 of an inch thick. And you want to get it thinner towards this end. And I'm trying to keep this way, trying to keep this at about 1 inch. So these are the things that you need to be watching for when you're forging. This thickness and this width. Okay, so this will be step 1 for forging the tongs. Try to keep everything lined up. Okay, now the second step will be, if we're making a right-handed pair of tongs, we're going to rotate it counterclockwise, and we're going to go to the far side of the anvil, and we're going to line this offset up with the edge of the anvil. Okay, and then we're going to use 1/2 blows where my hammer is half on, half off. And I'm going to hit it once. Make sure it's indexed and hit it again. Make sure it's indexed and hit it again. Now what you want to be looking for here is your thickness here. Okay, we're using 3/4 inch thick material. I like to take it down to about between 3/8 and 5/16 thickness. So you want to watch, that's what you have to be watching here, is this thickness in this part of the boss area or the hinge area right here. This is what you need to be looking for. And then we're going to turn it again counterclockwise. We're going to come perpendicular with the anvil, and we're going to slide our material forward, and we're looking for about 1 inch from this point right here to the edge of the anvil. Okay? And again, we're going to use a half and half blow, so I can come down on the top with half on, half off, and give it a hit. Make sure it's indexed, hit it again, and give it another hit. Now what you're watching for here now is this distance. Let me hit that one more time. Hit it 2 more times. This distance right here, the thickness of your reins should be, about half of the width of your boss. So if this is 1 inch across here, you're looking at a half an inch to 7/16, 3/8. You want to leave enough meat here. A common mistake is to get this too thin. You want to leave enough material in this area right here to retain the strength in your tongs. Okay? And now your tong is pretty much shaped. So now to practice it again, and this is where the muscle memory comes in, you can just re-roll your material. Get it down to the stock size that you're going to be using, say 3/4 inch. I'm going to come over here. I can give it 1, 2 blows here. Make sure you're indexed. Forge out the jaw. Rotate it counterclockwise. Turn my material at about a 45. Line up with the edge of the anvil. Hit it. We'll rotate it again. Slide it forward so you've got about 1 inch in here. And there I've got my tong started. So now just roll it up again and repeat this process. When I teach this in a class, we do this for at least a half an hour to 45 minutes because it helps build muscle memory. And it helps you learn what you need to be watching when you're making your tongs. Well, that's my practice session for you for today. Give it a shot. You'll find out that if you practice this with the clay, the next time you go out in your shop and get your fire going, you'll see a big improvement in your forging skills. So again, if you have any questions, give us a shout here at Ken's Custom Iron and leave a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.